and you hide that from your list of credits. It's fine.
So nothing. So something that you can't hide from your list of credits is your I don't know. I would say your most recent. Now you have a movie coming out,
Yep.
which we haven't seen yet, but
Right.
most recent success story is Old Henry.
The Old Henry. Yep.
That's insane. I mean, I have so much I want to talk about with that movie,
Man,
because
yeah.
I don't even know. I just want to say how proud I am.
I appreciate that.
I mean,
really do, because I know you're a good critic, so I appreciate it.
Insanely proud. Yeah. Goosebump, maybe a little welly in the eyes, and proud because to flash forward real quick, when I saw the trailer, we'll go into some stories. I'm sure we'll dive into it, but when you see Super Zeros, I was like,
yeah, that doesn't count.
Okay, I see where I would make that mistake.
Yeah.
Hey, and you wanted that criticism.
Mm-hmm.
And you took every bit of it. You swallowed it and were like, yes, what can I do?
Yeah.
That's why every project you have done, even Still the King, did it see more than 2 seasons? How many eyeballs? Who knows?
Yeah.
It's the stepping stones that got you to Old Henry, in my opinion. You deserve every bit of praise.
I appreciate it.
It's insane. It's an insane piece of work under a not so easy situation. I mean, I remember having Matishak, your DP, hollering at me. He was in town. I think he was moving or something. I don't remember. But he asked me to play tennis.
Yeah.
Did you ever tell you that I play tennis with him?
Yeah, yeah.
During your production?
Oh, yeah, you guys all the time. Yeah.
And he was telling me about your job. He's like, it's tough. It's tough. It was a wintry fall.
Oh, it was December. It was cold.
Yeah.
It was December. Yeah.
And we were playing under the lights, and he's like, hey, I schooled him pretty good, by the way.
In tennis? I'm gonna check that fact.
But he was just saying how driven he is in the production of it.
Yeah.
It's difficult.
That was an amazing experience because it was in COVID, so we had time. So we were shooting in December. We had a couple months to prep, and so Matishak and I would literally go, and it was all shot on one property. So the whole thing was everything was a 2,500 acre piece of land.
I've shot there about seven different music videos,
and it doesn't
10
look
different
like
photo
Nashville.
shoots. No,
it's
and
beautiful.
what you did with it. Truthfully, honestly, I have said this to a lot of other directors. What Potsy has done with Horse Thief in Watertown, we all cannot shoot there again.
Well,
you have spoiled shooting at Horse Thief because you have raised the bar beyond anything we can do.
We also had a little bit more money than a video.
Of course you did, but honestly, hats off to the whole crew. I mean...
Well, Ruby was amazing. Ruby was our production designer on that, and she's from Watertown, so she pulled in every favor in the book. And I remember the house we shot. I wanted it to face up the hill, but that's the back of the house. So we actually built a porch, and the owner of the property tore down a barn to give us old barnwood to build the porch with. It was
Jason. Is that his name?
Yeah. Jason. It was amazing. I mean, we had the best time.
I honestly wish I had come to set. He invited me. Yeah. Obviously, I could have called you.
Oh, for sure. It was
wow.
Well, Matishak and I, getting back to the prep of it, it was like he would show up with 4 McChickens in his pocket, 2 for me, 2 for him. We would go get on a 4-wheeler, and we would just go get lost in this property and walk through every scene, every little scene. And we'd pick a tree, that's a good hanging tree, but then we'd go around here and we'd find a better one. It was here's a good sunset, or here's a hill,
or and the light,
and just finding those moments, and it was a blast. And so when we got to shoot, we knew everything, and there was a moment we knew everything we wanted to do. So I'd say probably 80% of it was planned, and 20% was just sort of found in the moments. And so there was one time when Matishak and I were talking, and he was in the back of the room and he was looking at me, and he goes, oh shit, hold on. And there's a mirror right here, a picture when the glass was kind of beveled. He's like, dude, check this out. And I was like, oh, that's beautiful. He's like, let's just shoot from here. And so that changed in that moment because we were talking, and he caught that. And it was And there was a moment, Tim Blake Nelson, who was just phenomenal in this thing. During filming, he pulled me aside, and this is a guy who never went to his trailer ever. He sat, when he was done shooting, he would sit there for every other actor. He would sit on porch and journal. And
he was so good.
Oh, he was phenomenal. But he would tell you stories at lunch and in between sets of like working with the Coen brothers and working with all these people. I'm just like, I just wanted every bit of anything he had to say.
It's funny you said that, but I could tell that you guys had it. You guys seem to have a really.
Oh, I still talk to him once a week. Like I just went down to Georgia. We funded his son's movie that he just started in. We just went down to Georgia. I just saw him like 2 days ago.
I can tell.
Like he's and he was in the one I just shot too. Tim's in it.
We'll get to that in a minute.
But he pulled me aside during filming. He's like, I don't know that you understand what you're doing here. And I said, what do you mean? He goes, this is going to be special. And I was like, you think? I feel like it's coming together, but I don't know. You never know until you show somebody. Like you can go, oh, this is great. And show it to somebody and they're like, this is really bad. You need to change this and this. Because it's just your opinion. Nobody's wrong. But he was like, this is going to be something. I was like, all right, I feel like that, but I don't know yet. And then even with the edit, it was like, I looked at it, I was like, I feel really good, but I want to like get opinions. And I showed a couple people and they're like, oh no, it's good. Mm-hmm. And you're like, all right, but is it good? Like, or how, like, what is it? And